Do I get climate anxiety? Yeah, definitely. It scares me a lot to know what's going to happen in the future. It's kind of like
I know,
the
we don't
unknown.
really know, do we?
No.
Like, this is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And, like, we are in a climate emergency.
And the things that cause these issues are things that bring the government money.
Exactly.
And they want money, obviously, so they're not going to tell us.
And 2025 marks 3 years above 1.5 degrees, and this is important.
Looking at the geological record, we don't think we've had CO2 levels this high for about 5 million years.
Leaving trash across several miles.
We know what to do, we know it's our fault.
A world where music does not make an environmental impact is a world without music.
This is the best bit, isn't it? I am Joe Jenkinson. I am an independent music producer, musician, actor, teacher, and general busybody.
Do you feel a responsibility as an artist to reduce environmental harm?
For sure. I think we've all got a responsibility. And you know, there's that comes with the little changes, really, and the outreach and stuff like this, you know, and talking about it and not being afraid to upset people or to counteract somebody else's opinion, but to open out the discussion for it rather than villainize any individuals, because that's not what the conversation's about. It's about something bigger than us. Because if the human race went extinct tomorrow, what would be left? Of course, the stuff that we've put on this earth, you know, the material things, but eventually all you have to see is like COVID, for example. Like, you know, nature was healing. You saw the canals in Italy, and like it was clear as day. So like the earth would recover a lot quicker than we think it would. We need the earth doesn't need us.
You know, I think we've kind of clarified that climate anxiety is something that affects a lot of people. When did you come to the realisation that you were one of those people who really suffered with it?
I started getting, like, climate anxiety. Like, when I was younger, I went to a lot of protests and a lot of marches, like, Extinction Rebellion marches and all of that, and I think that's where it, like, came from. Because I was like...
Really?
I think because I was like, wait, this is so real, like, this is what's happening right now. And I think, like, going to them at a young age kind of made me open my eyes a bit.
Yeah. You can be any age and you can, like, educate yourself, because no one else around me was kind of scared about it, so I felt very, like, no one's going to do anything to help it.
There was no one else that I really spoke to who was, like, as passionate about it as I was.
It's, like, isolated. It's an isolating feeling, isn't it? Like,
it can be. It's like talking to a brick wall.
Exactly.
Yeah,
how do you feel, like, about music festivals and...
I'll go to, like, gigs, and I'll go to festivals, and I'll look around and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, look at all of that waste. There's plastic cups everywhere.
Yeah. I'm more scared that something bad is going to have to happen for it to actually make people realise.
Do you think, like, artists themselves are, like, doing enough?
No.
Or doing what they can?
Some of them do.
Some of them do.
Not
enough, no. Some being, you know, like Squid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of their music is inspired.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish.
Wait.
Yeah. Stornoway.
Yes.
Massive Attack.
Yes.
The Carbon Neutral Show. I think that's a really powerful way of talking about the issue.
Music is so personal. It's such like a personal, vulnerable piece of art.
Yeah.
It's crazy what a song can make people feel, and it's crazy how it can influence people.
I've met and spent time with the local MP here, who is Labour. I think they're the most green party at the moment. I think the Greens just have it in their name. Hello.
Hello, okay, so what's your name, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Simon. I run a recording studio and creative space, gig venue, all sorts of things here in Brighton.
Amazing. So, what does environmental sustainability mean to you in the context of music?
In context of music, that's not something we think about every day, shamefully.
So do you at all suffer from climate anxiety?
Shamefully, again, not very often because I'm getting on with what's in front of me. I have children. I mean, well, it affects us all, but I have children and I have little grandchildren as well, so I worry about what the world's going to be like for them. Yeah, I think we all need more education. I think it seems to be less in the news than it was 20 years ago.
Would you say there's anything that kind of prevents you from being more environmentally sustainable? Is it more a kind of lack of education, or is it something to do with cost?
I don't think we have a terribly negative impact, but I don't know enough. I think I probably knew more about how to help the environment 20 years ago than I do now.
So, just some information to kind of make you a bit more aware.
Make me a better person.
Yeah. So, live music events in the UK alone generate over 400,000 tonnes of CO2 emissions each year.
Wow.
With audience travel accounting for 60 to 80% of these festival emissions.
Okay. Just telling the truth, I have lots of things I don't like, but I think if you actually want things to be done, I think there are sincere people in, because I've met and spent time with the local MP here, who was Labour. I think they're the most green party at the moment. I think the Greens just have it in their name. They go over everything and ruin the planet. I was about to get slightly more positive then. Well, I was being really apocalyptic. Yeah, I'm not young. I've been through many times when drummers will never have jobs anymore because we had drum machines. That was 30 or 40 years ago. You know, the Beatles were told in their first audition that they failed, that guitar groups were on the way out. You need to get into something else. You know, they're a little bit wrong there. So very often we think it's the end of something. We think, you know, this is going to be horrific.
My name's Jamie Kelsey Fry, 61 years old, born in 1964. I've been involved in different forms of what you may call activism for most of my life, starting very much on the edges and then increasingly getting more into the centre, I suppose. Well, the global music industry, it's horrific how that absolute ferocious greed for more and more profit that underscores everything in the music industry at the top and everything in the film industry. So the music industry, yes, it's very much part of the problem. The challenges that the industry currently faces. What would be really good is if music fans club together and start to support those labels that really are conscious of the climate and ecological emergency, and really the fans should flock to them and bleed dry the Warner Brothers of the world. Are there any artists or festivals that you think are setting a good example? Well, yeah, Massive Attack. They did the world's first carbon neutral festival last year. It was absolutely brilliant. I think it was carbon negative. So all the food and drink in that festival that day were vegan. It was great. It was really, really good stuff. And all the energy was renewable. There were electric buses put on to take people from the train station to the site. They always put on a brilliant show, but that show in particular was amazing. And they had a whole load of drones, which were all charged with renewable energy, and that they were able to provide an incredible visual performance as well. It was quite extraordinary, and all of it was green energy, you know? Platforming voices that are calling for the changes that are necessary to stop this shameful period in human history where we continue to burn fossil fuels, and we continue to allow the fossil fuel industry to dictate to politics.